In this video, I'm going to be talking more about situated emotions and also their relation to situated feelings and their connection to the situated self. And in situated theory, we often start with perception and we look at things like self subjectivity as well as the self. These are core aspects. It has to do directly with the self, involving consciousness self model and the surroundings, right? So you have an experience, an awareness of the environment, you're perceiving stuff, and what you're perceiving in the environment, the different components, knowns, and information that you're perceiving there, could be ideas even as well, and meaning processes. They're situated to self-subjectivity, they're situated to the self, right? And then there's the surroundings that's integral to that. The surroundings is a little bit distinct also from the environment because we can think of the surroundings as, say, being in a virtual space or just being in our heads too. It doesn't necessarily have to be directly engaged with the environment. There's a periphery, there's an outside. So we have a center focus, and then there's a periphery, and that periphery is often where the surroundings is, containing the surroundings. It's always what if you're aware of something, there's a surroundings to it. If you're recognizing something, there's a surroundings to it. And if you're recognizing something, there's a perceptual process there, right? It's grander than conscious awareness itself, and it's integrating things like cognition. There's recognition, right? Recognition, and relaying of information through that conscious awareness that forms a perceptual process. Perceptual process encompasses those. It's much broader. And when we're dealing with things like situated emotions, we're looking at bodily aspects too. So they're not just feelings, they're not just something that are occurring in our perceptions. We're perceiving uh, physiological states within our body or sensations that are often directly perceived or directly felt, right? So, for example, again, if I touch a surface and let's say that surface is a little bit, it's round, right? So that surface is round and maybe has a little bit of wetness to it. We might perceive smooth or that wetness too, right on our fingers, moisture, a sense of moisture. And then that can convey a whole bunch of different types of information to us, and we can have various different perceptions that are situated to that with different meaning that's situated to that through these emotional experiences. Um, but also, for example, if we're running, this can increase the arousal in our body, so the blood circulation, and that can contribute to various different emotional and feeling responses that are situated to the self that we're perceiving. And this often is directly involved in certain emotional or behavioral regulation, and also can impact self-regulation and increase things like self-recognition and self-awareness through the various different mind body environment constituents and mind body environment constituencies, and as well as the alignment between our meaning processes, uh, knowns, information components that we're perceiving in relation to each other, and that we can form these associations through these connections that are formed in relation to each other, but we don't have to. And oftentimes, we want to develop mastery of when it's appropriate to form these associations in terms of optimal regulation of the self. Self-regulations involving emotional regulation, behavioral regulation, which directly impact our psychological well-being, but also our physical well-being and positive well-being in general. So that's a little bit about situated emotion, its relationship to the other aspects, and that's what I want to talk about.